YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? We have a first, 1,000 bit request, which is on Twitch. If you give 1,000 bits or $10, you get a request recorded, guaranteed, uploaded to YouTube, guaranteed. So this is the first ever from Skull Collector. Also seems familiar. I think he changed his name to something to that degree. Anyway, or sound familiar, it's what it used to be called. But still, if you've seen him on stream or on my Discord, he's like Solvier or Skull Collector or one of those names. He's one of them. He's something. He's a person. Let's go with that. And yeah, we're going to be doing Martina Mcbride with her song called God's Will. The song is going to hit so close to home. I've looked at the first couple of lines as I was just waiting. And yeah, it's going to be bad probably. And yeah. Well, probably a good song, but you know what I mean. Man, her eyes are blue. Proper blue. Damn, man. That dark blue. Or at least on that picture.
I met God's will on a Halloween night. He was dressed as a bag of leaves. It hid the braces on his legs at first. His smile was as bright as the August sun when he looked at me. As he struggled down the driveway, it almost made me hurt. Will don't walk too good. Will don't talk too good. He won't do the things that the other kids do in our neighborhood.
Calling bullshit though. That bit specifically. Calling bullshit on that bit, but yeah. If you guys don't know, I basically that kid, right, was basically, you could basically put that for me apart from the braces. I was more in casts when I was a kid rather than in braces, but still. So I met God's Will on a Halloween night. He was dressed as a bag of leaves. It had the braces on his legs at first, so yeah, he seemed normal till she saw that he could hardly walk, that he was walking. If you've seen Forrest Gump, you know kind of what it's like, right? His smile was as bright as the August sun when he looked at me. As he struggled down the driveway, it almost made me hurt. Do you know what's weird though? I hate people like that, who look at people who are working really hard, doing what they want to do. That kid is just living his best life. That's all he knows. It's not it's not something he consciously is aware of, if that makes sense. That's just him. That's just how he is, if you know what I mean. Just because you look at him and it made you almost hurt. That's it's pitiful. You shouldn't pity people in that situation, man. They work really hard just to do the basic shit that most people get away with without trying at all. So the fact that you're pitying that person, making a song about that person, in my opinion, can be very offensive, can be very fucked up. But I know she's trying to do good. I know it's not meant to be a bad thing, but as somebody who's lived that life, all my life, lived in pain constantly, lived through surgeries when I was a kid, that type of shit. Even this, man, Will don't walk too good. Will don't talk too good. That was me. I train my ass off to walk now. In my 30s, I squat and deadlift and all that shit just so I can walk normally. And I really taught myself how to speak. If you guys saw my early videos, there were loads of comments of people saying shit you need to speak clearly, you need to speak better, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm shut the fuck up. Do you know how hard it is to reteach yourself how to talk when stuttering is what you're used to? When you don't understand how hard it is to learn or to relearn how to speak. To be able to clearly to be able to clearly speak about things that are difficult, especially things like reactions where it's all from the top of your head. There's no script, you can't speak about, there's nothing you can really go ahead of a time to say. You just have to kind of go from your head, from your heart, from those kinds of things. But still, I hate people who look down, because we struggle, but we get through it, man. We don't give a fuck what people think either. We're just we're gonna get through it. We don't care what you think. We'll struggle and struggle, and we'll get there eventually in time. But yeah, he won't do the things that the other kids do. But how would you know? You could have said that about me if you saw me with things with casts on my feet when I was a kid, man. Like, he could go on to do greatness. You never know, man. It's just... Still. Either way, let's see.
Don't walk too good. Will don't talk too good. He won't do the things that the other kids do in our neighborhood. I've been searching, wondering, thinking, lost and looking all my life. I've been wounded, jaded, loved and hated. I've wrestled wrong and right. He was a boy without a father, and his mother's miracle. I've been reading, writing, praying, fighting. I guess I would be still. Yeah, that was until I knew God's will. Will's mom had to work 2 jobs. We'd watch him when she had to work late, and we'd all laugh like I hadn't laughed since I don't know when. Hey Jude was his favorite song. At dinner he'd ask to pray, and then he'd pray for everybody in the world but him. I've been searching, wondering, thinking, lost and looking all.
Do you know what I think though? I think she's gonna totally turn it into something godlike, because you know it's God's will. Like, it's a song title, right? So she's totally gonna put this into religion. I bet you, like, whatever, man. She's literally gonna put it into religion. Like, yeah, I think she is, to be fair, man. But still, like, I don't know what her life has to do with his life. I don't know why this kid has to do with her in that sense. I don't know why it's like, you know what I mean. But still, I've been searching, wondering, thinking, lost and looking all my life. I've been wounded, jaded, loved and hated. I've wrestled wrong and right. He was a boy without... Like, why is this even here? It makes no sense to the song, but okay. Like, she's putting another person's general well-being into her own music, which is like, I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me, basically. Like, why does this even need to be a thing right now? It doesn't make sense to me, but still. He was a boy without a father and his mother's miracle. I've been reading, writing, praying, fighting. I guess I would be still. Yeah, that was until I knew God's will. Like, okay. Then, Will's mum had to work 2 jobs. We'd watch him when she had to work late. And we'd all laugh like I hadn't laughed since I don't know when. Like, yeah, makes sense. Like, they had fun together. That's fine. Like, as long as they had fun, like, they didn't treat him any differently because of whatever he was going through. Hey Jude was his favourite song. At dinner, he'd ask to pray. And then he'd pray for everybody in the world but him. Like, exactly. That's what I've just said. Like, why would he pray for himself? Like, I don't even believe in religion, man, but seriously, like, you see, you're putting on your insecurities onto him rather than him. He looks at everybody and he's like, you know what, I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody in the world is good. And, you know, all that shit that people believe in and whatever. And then everybody looks at him and is like, why aren't you praying for yourself? Like, why aren't you praying to be helped or to be saved? Or... And it's like, because he doesn't see himself that way. Why would he? Why would anybody? Like, no matter what people go through, whether it's autism or disabilities or whatever the fuck it is, man. Like, I fucking despise people who try to put their insecurities onto somebody disabled. Yes, they were born in a certain way, but that doesn't make it right to do this. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's putting like a bad light on it, in my opinion. Like, oh my god, he's different, so we have to like be like he has to pray for himself to get better. Like, no, that's not how this shit works, man. Everybody's different. Just some of us have it more visibly than others, that's all.
But him, I've been searching, wondering, thinking, lost and looking all my life. I've been wounded, jaded, loved and hated, wrestled wrong and right. He was a boy without a father, crayon red on notebook paper. He'd written me and God love you. I've been searching, praying, wounded, jaded. I guess I would be still. Yeah, that was until I met God's will on a Halloween night. He was dressed as a bag of leaves.
And so, like I said, man, turned it into God stuff for no reason. Like, you could have made this whole song without including that person in it. Like, especially if that kid didn't have long in this world, man. Like, you know, if that kid was like, regardless of what the kid believed, man, like, religion is just a byproduct of parents putting it onto their kids, right? Like, that's just how it is. So, yes, obviously he might write that because he's a kid, man. He doesn't know any better. He doesn't know, like, what we know being a bit older, that a lot of it is just total bullshit. But at the end of the day, the song didn't need to have that kid in it. It had no reason to have it in it. It's just profiting off of adding in some kind of disability to try to make it seem sadder than it should be. Like, yes, a kid that you used to know who didn't have very long to live shared his love with you. And yes, he put God's name there too, but that's not what it should be. Yes, you made it more about God than about the kid, and it makes no sense. In my opinion, anyway. You guys can think what you want. Let me know what you thought down below, man. I don't know. Like, it can hit home for me. Like, obviously, because I know exactly what the kid's going through. Not with a shorter life, thankfully. Not for that, but I mean, in terms of, like, the pain and having to go through stresses and having things on your legs where you need to walk and that type of shit, man. Stuff most people have no idea what people go through. Especially this person, the person who wrote this, like, no idea, literally. Just totally full of herself, making it about everything she's going through rather than making it, like, can either make it about the kid or about God. Making it about both is fucking horrendous in my opinion. But still, either way, man, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.